Namaskaram and hello everyone. Welcome to Maitri. In our last video, we have mentioned about the importance of vitamins in treating corona, especially vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E and B complex. So today in this video, we will be discussing about vitamin D and how it is important to treat and prevent corona. Vitamin D is a unique vitamin which most of the people doesn't get in sufficient quantities. Adequate amounts of vitamin D in your body helps fight infections and several diseases. But decreased amount of vitamin D in your body weakens your immune system and makes you vulnerable for more infections, especially repeated infections and chronic disorders. That's why vitamin D is compulsorily given to all the COVID positive patients along with the mainline treatments in most of the hospitals and quarantine centers. No creature on this planet can survive without sun. Directly or indirectly, we all are dependent on sun for living. Directly means through the sunlight and indirectly through our food. So whatever the food we consume is made only because of the sunlight. Hence in ancient times in India, sun is considered as a Pratyaksha Daivam, the only God you can see. It is also understood that those deficient of vitamin D are getting affected with COVID than the people with sufficient amounts of vitamin D in their body. At the same time, those with the sufficient amounts of vitamin D are recovering faster from COVID than those deficient of vitamin D. So this clearly makes us understand how important vitamin D is in treating and preventing COVID. Hence, majority of the people, those who are at home, are also taking vitamin D supplements in order to prevent corona because they don't want to undergo the pathetic situation everybody is undergoing in the hospitals and quarantine centers. So they want to be at home and prevent themselves from corona, so they are using vitamin D. So let's find out how is this vitamin D made. Vitamin D is made in our skin when it is exposed to the sunlight. That's why it is also called as sunshine vitamin. Sun exposure is the best way to boost your vitamin D levels, as only very few foods contain vitamin D in significant amounts. How to get the best of this vitamin D? We can get the best of this vitamin D by exposing ourselves to the midday sun. So midday, that too between 10 to 2 p.m. is the best time to get exposed to the sun to get enough quantity of vitamin D synthesized in our body. So many people understand that exposing to the sun rays early in the morning or towards the evening is good, but many number of studies have shown, especially the studies which are conducted from the National Institute of Health, have shown that exposing to the midday sun synthesizes the good quantity and good quality of vitamin D in our body. This is because at noon the sun is at its highest point and its UVB rays, which help in synthesis of vitamin D, are most intense. That means you need less time in the sun to make sufficient amount of vitamin D. And it is also safer than getting the sun rays at the later part of the day. That's the reason people working in the fields and agricultural lands in villages never suffer from weak bones and vitamin D deficiency. There are miraculous healing powers in the sun rays. Sun rays help in detoxifying our body. How we dry our clothes, food grains, rugs, blankets in sun to keep away from viruses, bacteria, fungus and many germs and insects. Same way, sun rays will purify our body by detoxifying our skin. And remember, skin is the largest organ of our body and skin is the major excretory organ. So, expose more skin to get more vitamin D. Scientists recommend exposing at least 1/3 of your skin to the sun rays to make sufficient amounts of vitamin D. And it is also very important to remember to expose your navel and back because these two are the areas where your skin surface area is larger than the other parts of your body, that is compared to your head, legs and hands. Just make sure to prevent burning if you are staying in sun for a very long time. Instead, you can try going out into the sun without applying a sunscreen lotion. This way, you can expose to the sun directly and get the benefit of vitamin D and of course save the money which you spend on sunscreen lotions. It's fine to wear a hat and sunglasses when you expose yourself to the sun. If you are covering your head with the hat, you are not going to get any less amounts of vitamin D, as your head is very small part of the body and it will only produce a small amount of vitamin D. In any case, if you cannot expose your navels and back to the sun, at least try exposing to the sun wearing minimum clothes, especially white cotton clothes which can absorb the sunlight more. It is advisable to drink a glass of water before you go into the sun. In that way, you can save your skin from getting damaged from overexposure to the sun rays. Many people think that staying by the window side inside the home is also very good to get the vitamin D from sun. But UVB rays, through which we can actually synthesize vitamin D in our body, cannot penetrate your glass windows. If you have a jali or mesh, that is fine to some extent. So just go out and get exposed to the sun rays directly. Here are few precautions which you need to take while exposing yourself to the sun. Overexposure to the sun rays can burn the skin and increase the cell damage, which may lead to even cancer. Ultraviolet A rays may also lead to skin damage and premature aging. So get going to get your dose of vitamin D. This way you can both prevent corona and fight corona. So I am sure after hearing this you will definitely go out of your house and get enough vitamin D synthesized in your body. As it helps in immune system, you can prevent corona and you can of course fight against corona. As much as possible, try drying your food grains and clothes on the terrace or in your compound. Just go out and spend some time with your children outside the home, because many of the people have remained home since the lockdown has started. Especially in those people, vitamin D deficiency has become a very big problem. So in order to avoid that, go out and expose to sun and prevent serious complications of vitamin D deficiency. I wish all our viewers and subscribers to get their dose of vitamin D and boost your immunity so that you can prevent and fight corona. Thank you very much for watching, and if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, kindly subscribe and hit the bell icon. Share this video with your friends and family so that even they can get benefit of the vitamin D and prevent corona. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.